Greetings, all greetings, greetings. Bob Marley wrote a song, well, performed the song. Check out the real situation. Nation war against nation. When did it all begin? When will it end? It seems like total destruction before a solution. And we can put that song, we can put these lyrics in any war at any time, anywhere in the planet, and especially today. Because the real situation is a clash of culture. And wherever cultures clash, wherever they meet, one, they either have to embrace each other, or one will subdue the other. And the one that's subdued is only temporarily subdued. And when it rebuilds and returns, it returns with a renewed sense of, if you can't accept me, I will destroy you. The Caucasian never learned that. He thought that by his strength, he can subdue and keep everybody else on the planet subdued. And it don't work like that. Nothing to go so. At some point in time, and the time goes in years and decades. America's time is counted in years. They try to subdue the African. And use what he learned about the African to subdue the rest of the planet. If you don't believe me, look at the history. Read the books. And though African culture has this blemish of slavery, it's still strong enough to overcome the murder of its leaders, of its strongest generation. They took all the kings, all the leaders out of Africa, just like how you read in the Bible that Nebuchadnezzar took away all the princes out of Israel. That was what America did, what the British did really. And then you got to look at this as a family. The Germans, all the Europeans, they moved the head of the family from Europe to America. The leadership just moved. Just went from king for lifetime to king for 4 years or 8 years. But the process that they use remains the same. Put in place what people will call, this is what we live by. We're gonna make this plan that no matter what happens in the world, whether it be European, we as Europeans gonna rule. That's the motto. That's the motto. But they didn't study African history. If they had studied the history instead of trying to destroy it, instead of trying to bury it, they would have seen that you cannot. Africa is filled with examples that you cannot suppress. It will overcome you. It's like a stone. You push the stone up the mountain. Eventually you get tired and it rolls back on top of you. And this is what you're seeing today. Like I said, we have this blemish, yes. The leadership of Africa is the one that has to be removed. It's the final part of this puzzle that has to be fixed. And when that part has been removed, when that infection has been removed, nothing is going to stop Africa. The other day something happened that the world is still not grappling with. How did it happen? People are still discussing the situation in what is known as back channels. The family was all prepared to go to war. And then something happened, and the final decision made in America says, nope, we're not going to do that. All the families in Europe were ready to go to war until the king said no. And he knows that they weren't ready. Europe has always wanted to fight wars. If you didn't have the Union, the European Union, and NATO, they would have been fighting wars, war after war after World War II. They just don't get along with each other. But guess what? They hate Africans more than they hate anybody else. And now they're beginning to build up this hatred against the Chinese. Africa has always been the enemy of Europe. If you look at history, you'll see that war after war have been fought between Africans and what people call Europeans. The war spread from Africa in Africa to Africa in India. And India's got a big problem now with the Africans. The black-skinned people, they have suppressed the black-skinned people. And as Africa rises, India is going to have a bigger problem, a huge problem, that they're trying not to deal with, but going to have to. Everywhere in the planet that the Caucasian encourage the lighter skin that is associated with them, whether it be Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, that they interbred with the Caucasian and now think that they're better because they're not black. They're going to have a problem. And this is a fearful thing throughout the world right now. They're not talking about it openly, but they know it's coming. Anyway, not going to make this very long today. I hope you get my drift. This is a clash of culture. And that culture that the Europeans thought that they had suppressed is what's going to suppress them. All you have to do is look at Jamaican culture, how it spread around the world. Look at American, what they call black, Negro culture in America, how it spread around the world. The clothing, the walk, the food, the music. The music, period. Look how it spread around the world. Jamaican music now is revolutionary music. It's the music that people sing to when a revolution is going on. A little island in the Caribbean. A little island in the Caribbean. Another little island is Haiti. Nobody knew that Haiti, well, people knew, but the word didn't get out. Haiti has so many resources. Haiti is just like Africa. It's got resources that are required now for everything. You see why the Haitians were suppressed? And poor Santo Domingo, well, Dominican Republic, they're sitting on Haitian territory. And the fear is in them, because the people who are protecting them are soon going to lose to the culture that they thought they were associated with. They didn't want to be associated with. That's the way things go. You cannot suppress a culture. You have to embrace it. If you don't embrace it, it's like the earth. That mountain there is a volcano. I don't see anybody trying to move it. Filipinos just build around it, grow food around it, survive with it there. That's how much sense they have. We're going to live with that volcano there. We are not going to try to change it. But the European, well, who knows? The last war that they fought in the Middle East. They went to Iraq, Libya. After 20 years of trying to suppress them, had to give up. The last place they gave up was Afghanistan, leaving behind what? The same weapons that they were fighting the Afghans with, the Afghans now have to fight with them again. That's how cultures go. I hope you go do some more studying and see what I'm talking about. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.